Hello and welcome to Time About the Movies Flashback. Today we're taking a look at the three films of February 13th, 1987. I know there's 5 movies to look at, but I couldn't find anything for 84, Charing Cross Road, or The Good Father. But so I decided not to do those ones. It's a rubber band, by the way. But anyway, there are still 3 notable movies that I have seen to take a look at today. So let's start with the first movie here, and the craziest plot of them all, which I say that, but then again, the next movie has a pretty ridiculous plot too. But this one's actually not as bad as you think it is. That is, of course, Andrew McCarthy and Kim Cattrall starring in Mannequin.
Jonathan Switcher.
I'm Sex.
Loves to talk to his work.
You know, you're the first thing I've created that made me feel like an artist. Don't like your new scarf?
He never expected
Not especially.
to hear it talk back.
I really think I'm going crazy.
I am so glad you're working here. I never thought they'd hire anyone stranger than me.
You're the only one who can see me like this.
To the rest of the world, he's a disaster.
You're fired.
And she's a dummy.
You were one sick puppy.
But together,
Hey, don't do that.
You weren't so shy when you were creating me.
You weren't so real.
they make magic.
Look at him with the dummy.
Who are you to criticize? That new stock boy. I just want you to keep an eye on him for me.
I think I'm gonna handle things my own way. All the girl mannequins disappeared from the windows last night. Film at 11. Yes, my dear, your favorite. She is gone too. Get it! Mine's bigger than yours. Go get it!
You're magic.
He's talking to the dummy again.
Andrew McCarthy, Kim Cattrall,
You know I would never bother you when you're getting a piece of wood.
Mannequin.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those movies that should not be good by any means necessary, and yet, for some reason, I really kind of enjoyed this movie. You see it in the trailer there, you got a plot about a chronically underemployed, passionate artist named Jonathan Switcher, played by Andrew McCarthy, who lands a job as a department store window dresser for the Mannequin, played by Kim Cattrall, he created before inhabited by the spirit from ancient Egypt, but only Jonathan can see that she is a real person. And you also see Meshach Taylor from Designing Women in this, David Johansen, Estelle Getty from The Golden Girls, G.W. Bailey. So it's got a good cast overall in here, and a premise that is so ridiculous, so stupid, and yet it's kind of charming. But everyone remembers, of course, the big thing with the movie was the song, you know, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, which is a banger of a song in particular. I mean, why not? I mean, that's the one thing people should remember for that, because it's a good song. It fits the decade of the 1980s, and like I said, it's the one thing that everyone takes away from it. But honestly, like I said, there is a lot of bad stuff in here, but it's a movie that I kind of like. It's silly. I like it in the sense of, excuse me for a second, but how do I put this? I enjoy it in the sense of this is an 80s fantasy movie, and that there is no way in hell that any of this could happen in real life and would seem very smart at all. You have to accept it as it is. Otherwise, you'd probably not like it at all. I mean that's the best way to explain it. But let me give you an indication of what I like about it. What I like about it is that there's 2 good actors who are giving good performances with the chemistry. Andrew McCarthy, Kim Cattrall, they surprisingly work really well together. You do believe these 2 could be a couple, and you can tell when they're having a good time shooting these scenes of them just dressing up in all the costumes and the suits in the store and all that. Like, moments like that are where the movie finds that little bit of a charm to it. Like, you know, Meshach Taylor playing Hollywood Monroe is very much a flamboyant window dresser and a character that could have been annoying almost immediately. And he does get legitimately some good laughs in here. And there are obnoxious characters in this, and they really do stick out like a sore thumb. But nobody in the movie ever really gets on my nerves, except for the obvious stuff, like McCarthy's character doing stuff with the mannequin. Like, he's the only one that can see her as Kim Cattrall, and everyone else just sees him kissing a wooden dummy. And yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It gets way too weird sometimes. The comedy overall can be really mad times, too. Sometimes you get a good joke here and there, but the script itself is pretty generic, and you can figure out how it's going to end pretty quickly. Like I said, it's not a great movie, but it's one of those guilty pleasure movies. It's a film that works for the moments of charm that are in there, surprisingly enjoying moments in there. it is a guilty pleasure movie. Mannequin 2, on the other hand, I've kind of touched on that film already. That's the movie I think everyone was expecting this one to be, and then some. But that's the movie I think that I got with that when that movie came out. But this one, it's passable. It's fine for what it is. So, yeah, take it for what it is. So, and take it for what it is could probably be the same thing to sum up the next movie as well, which is also a canon film too, believe it or not. Sylvester Stallone in Over the Top.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arm Wrestling World Championship competition.
All I want to do is hurting, crippling. When the switch goes on, I feel like we shoot.
The talk is over. Now the action begins.
Back off, or I'm going to give you a world of hurt, little man.
You want it? Sylvester Stallone. Over the top. Rated PG. Soon.
I love how that trailer basically just doesn't tell you when this movie's coming out. It's just like, when's it coming out? Soon. Like, even they didn't know when they're going to release this thing, because how do you release a movie that is so ridiculous and so stupid like this and expect us to take it so seriously? Well, I mean, it's got Sylvester Stallone in it. I mean, so I guess there's that. I mean, they figured they probably got the big name to draw on this, and he got paid $12 million to do this movie, which really tells you a lot about how much they really wanted him to be in a film like this. But yeah, if you've never seen this movie before, the premise is pretty ridiculous. Lincoln Hawk, played by Stallone, is a long-haul truck driver who tries to win back his estranged son while becoming a champion arm wrestler. That premise alone is really stupid, and the film plays it straight, and that's kind of the charm with this movie. Kind of like with Mannequin, this is one of those movies that you need to go into it knowing how stupid it is, because it's a stupid movie, but the fact that they play it so straight, they play it so serious, you can't help but look away from it. It's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it's a bad movie, but it's a good, fun, bad movie. It is very much like with Mannequin, a so bad it's good, guilty pleasure type of film. It's a film that is so ridiculous, so laughably bad, but so kind of badass at the same time. I mean, it is what it is. It's canon. What more could you possibly expect from them? So, I don't think I really need to add too much more about this one. If you haven't seen Over the Top and like silly, fun, guilty pleasure films, this is one that's definitely worth a watch. I mean, for God's sakes, I like Speed 2 Cruise Control, and this thing kind of is on that same wavelength as Speed 2 Cruise Control. It's a silly, guilty pleasure movie. It's fun to watch overall. It's not a great movie, but goddamn, it's a ton of fun to watch. So we looked at some guilty pleasure films. How about an actual really good movie to wrap this up? Woody Allen, with probably one of his best films overall, Hannah and Her Sisters.
God, she's beautiful. Stop it, you idiot. She's your wife's sister.
You think everybody in musical sings like that? No, just they sing.
I don't know if you remember me, but we had the worst night of my life together.
Rated PG-13.
Starts tomorrow at selected theaters. Check your newspaper for showtimes.
So yeah, this is a movie where you have it's about Woody Allen. Not Woody Allen. It's about these intertwined stories of an extended family over 2 years that begins and ends with a Thanksgiving dinner. You have the eldest daughter of showbiz parents, Hannah, played by Mia Farrow, who's a devoted wife, loving mother, a successful actress, a loyal supporter of her two aimless sisters, played by Barbara Hershey and Diane Wiest. She's also the emotional backbone of a family that seems to resent her stability almost as much as they depend on it. But when Hannah's perfect world is quietly sabotaged by sibling rivalry, she finally begins to see that she's as lost as everyone else. In order to find herself, she'll have to choose between the independence her family can't live with and the family she can't live without. You also have Michael Caine playing her husband, and you see Woody Allen in there, and Carrie Fisher's also in here as well. Terrific cast overall, and of course this got several Oscar nominations and wins for Best Original Screenplay for Allen, Best Supporting Actress for Diane Wiest, and most notably, Best Supporting Actor for Michael Caine, who famously didn't show up to the Oscars because he was filming a little film called Jaws the Revenge. And you can see how that turned out with that movie. And it wouldn't be until 3 years later where he actually came to accept his Oscar at the '89 Oscars with Sean Connery and Roger Moore, which was a great moment. But this is definitely one of Woody Allen's best movies overall. He's made a lot of good stuff, but this is probably the highlight of his best movie from the 1980s. This is definitely up there with stuff like The Purple Rose of Cairo and Crimes and Misdemeanors. This is definitely one that's very high up there, and it works because the cast overall is great. That great Woody Allen writing is in here. It's a very intriguing film, a very engaging movie, and the performances overall really do carry the load. it's a well-made film. Not much more I can really add to this, and hasn't already been said already, but this is definitely one of Woody Allen's best overall films, and one that I can't recommend enough. Hannah and her Sisters definitely is one of Woody Allen's best films, no question about it. And that's all for this episode of Time About the Movies Flashback. I was about to say something else completely, but I botched that up. But with all that said, let's wrap this one up here. Next time we meet, we take a look at 4 more movies that start off the month of February '87, including The Light of Day, which features, I believe, is this a Michael J. Fox movie? Yeah, Michael J. Fox and Joan Jett, I believe, was on this as well. Deborah Winger in Black Widow, not that Black Widow, the other Black Widow movie. Judd Hirsch in From the Hip, and also Dead of Winter with Mary Steenburgen in. So we'll take a look at those 4 movies. That'll be coming up on the next episode. That'll be next week. But until then, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you found some enjoyment out of it. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, the subscribe button, and notification button, and then check out the last episode we did as well as our playlist. So with all that said, I am off. I will see you guys next time, and until then, as always, take care.